Hi guys, it's your boy again, Kunle Hologun. I just want to start by saying many thanks to every one of our followers that has subscribed to our channel on YouTube. I also want to say thank you to every one of those people that commented on our last video that we made. We made a video about how a lady fraudulently obtained a council flat in London and how she ended up in jail. So a lot of people have commented. Thank you so much. I hope we have learned a massive lesson from that. A number of people have asked me, what do you think about this? My only take here is, do not try to take a shortcut. Go through the right channel in doing everything, because it will be revisited in future and you just don't want to find yourself in that situation. As I said to you, we have a lot of episodes coming your way, and this is one of many episodes that a lot of people have sent in their stories for us to share. I said to you in our last video, we have up to 14 different stories to share with you guys, so that you learn massive lesson from all of these videos, and this is one of those as well. But in this week's episode, we go straight to the point, because it seems to be a very long story here. This is a shocking mystery, a shocking story of a gentleman. For your information, I try as much as possible to verify every information we bring to you, all our viewers. When I heard the information, I tried to speak to him, and luckily for me, I was able to have him, on the phone, and he narrated everything to me, and he's happy for me to share it with everyone, so that people can learn lesson from this. So this is the story of a gentleman that tried to come into UK from Nigeria, and the journey was shocking how it all transpired from Lagos, Nigeria to UK. So this gentleman was actually born in UK. He was born in UK and then taken back to Nigeria. As we know, a lot of parents came in early 70s, late 70s, early 80s, had their children here in UK, and they traveled back to Africa and different part of the world. So the mom went back to Nigeria with the dad, and then remember, he was only having just the birth certificate in UK, so he does not have British passport, but despite he was born here, he didn't have the British passport. I think what your parents have is what you will have. Probably the mom or the dad came here then as a visitor, and they had him here and then traveled back. So long story short, he gained admission into one of the universities in Nigeria, and then things didn't go according to plan. There was a strike in the university in Nigeria. For a number of people that doesn't know, some universities in Africa, especially in Nigeria, they still do go on strike for non-payment of lecturers' salaries and things like that. So his university was on strike at that period, and then the dad just told him that, oh, your sister is actually coming in from UK. Do you want to go back to UK with her? And he said, yeah, why not? He's not doing anything. The university is on strike in Nigeria, and he's happy to go. And then they started processing his, entry clearance. He couldn't have gotten British passport from Nigeria because it's going to be a long journey. But he had to apply for what is known as right of abode. So he applied for right of abode. It was granted after going through long roads, because you have to establish that you are the owner of the birth certificate that was presented from UK. So his plan was that when he got the right of abode, when he came to UK, he would just apply for the British passport straight away in UK after staying for some time. So he then proceeded to the embassy, got the right of abode, and as you know, a young man in Nigeria, he was, he knew he was traveling abroad, and he called so many parties the night before, all his friends. It was a loud party, drinking, chanting, enjoying loud music, and everyone, so you're going to be leaving us, a lot of people almost crying and all that, and it was a massive send-off party that was held for him. And then the sister was coming with him as well to UK, so they were both on their way, and they got to Maritala Airport. They checked in, and this is where I want everyone to be very careful, especially those that enjoy traveling abroad from different part of the world. They checked in at Maritala Airport. and they were having a lot of hand luggage. I will try not to mention the airline in this case. We need to be careful because a lot has to do with the airline in this story, but I'll try to keep it in strict confidence. So they got to the boarding gate finally. As we all know, Nigerian situation, a lot of people in Nigeria, when they say they have hand luggage, his own hand luggage with his sister that was traveling with him is like a Ghana must go. It's a big bag that you can actually check in. So he was, tackled at the boarding gate, and he was told you can't get into the flight with this kind of hand luggage. This is not an hand luggage. This is a, probably almost 32 kg in itself. You have to take it downstairs to check into the flight. You have to take it. So for those people that does not know, at Muritala Airport, when you're about to board the flight, there are some areas where you can be told to take a staircase. You walk down and you will see where they are loading all the bags into the flight that is traveling at that moment. So he was told to go and give that bag to one of those people that were, loading it in the flight, so that they can load the bag in the flight and not, carry it as hand luggage into the flight. So he went downstairs and he did that. He came back upstairs and he was about to speak to the gentleman at the boarding gate at the desk. Yes, I have now done that. Can I now go in? And the gentleman asked him, where is your passport? And he said, no, I gave the passport to you before I left. This was like a child's play. This I'm saying to you, it's easier said than done. Someone that has said he's traveling, giving this passport to you before. That one said, no, you did not give it to me. The sister said, no, you took it with you. And it was an argument there. And long story short, they looked for that passport there and they could not find that passport. And because they could not find the passport, the boarding gate, flight officers had to go downstairs and remove all their luggage from the flight, including the one that was checked in, all the traveling bags. They brought it out from the flight that they cannot travel with that flight anymore. And they shut the flight, and all of those officers went in and they left himself and the sister at the gate there, that they cannot travel with that flight. And what he said to me, I remember very well, is that it's like he saw the plane reversing and the plane was about to take off, and he saw that his destiny was being taken away, and he was crying. This is serious. When you have, cleared your program, you've planned your life, you've thought, okay, I'm traveling now, I'm going to be staying abroad for some time, I'm going to be there for, this is serious. I can't imagine this. I cannot imagine this. So he said he's already, on his way, but things changed, unfortunately. So what then happened was that the flight took off. He himself and the sister, they were taken to the lounge, and they should chill there till the morning, because that was already around 2 a.m. in the morning. That they should wait there, they should chill till daybreak, and they can start, reporting the loss of passport. And he was just crying. He was shocked with this. He just couldn't recover from it. He was asking the sister how they were searching everywhere. They still couldn't find the passport. And in the morning, they reported it missing. Nigeria case, you have to go to, Ikeja, so many places to report. You go to court to declare it missing. The trouble was so much. To cut the long story short, this man stayed in Nigeria for another 4 months. Yes, he was living somewhere around the corridor, and he could not go back to that place again where he said goodbye to all his friends. He had to stay back somewhere around the salon, not too far from the airport, with the uncle. He couldn't go back to see the mom, the dad, or the family at home anymore because he has already told them goodbye, and he could not just go back even to see those friends anymore. So where he was trying to do everything to recover the passport at that time, as we all know, it's been a while now before the start of the digital electronic passport, this story that I'm telling you. At that time, you can have a biometric, or you declare missing and you get another one straight away like now. But at that time, he had to go through a lot of routes, went to the embassy, and they said, sorry, the first thing you need to do, he said to me that a white man was saying to him that there is a place called Olewale. You have to quickly go there because you might find the passport there. There's nothing they can do. Until they find that passport, they cannot issue another right of abode for him to travel, because they must find that one and they must establish that it was actually missing. Someone has stolen it, something like that. And he said, wow, for this white man to identify Oluwole, this is really strange. For those of you that doesn't know, Oluwole in Nigeria is a part in Lagos State where a lot of fake stuffs are sold on the street. So when things are missing, your phone, your passport or anything, when you go there early, you might be able to buy it back. So you buy it again before they sell it to someone else. So that's how bad it is over there. So he was looking for this with his sister. They kept doing everything possible. And meanwhile, the officer at the boarding gate at that moment, he has already been suspended because they thought that was strange for passport to get missing when he was on duty at the desk to check the passenger in. He was suspended pending investigation as well. So, long story short, after 4 months, the officer returned. They asked the same officer to come to the desk. They want that officer came back to that same position after 4 months. Someone came through and tried to board flight with the same name of this gentleman. And the same person at the boarding gate, the officer said, because of this name I was suspended. I've been everywhere to pray in churches if some people are doing me or something. And that was how he alerted the bosses, the senior officers at the gate, and they all came out and they started speaking to this guy. And eventually the guy later confessed that he went to somewhere and someone sold it to him. So the officer at the gate called him and said, anytime you can get here, just come, we have found it. Just come here, we have found it. And then he got there. When he saw the passport, he could not recognize his passport anymore. He said they have used that passport, maybe traveled or not, but there were so many stamps on the passport. He's been to Burkina Faso, he's been to so many African countries, that the visa that was on the first page, which was the right of abode, has been moved to probably about 17th or 18th page. And all other pages has been occupied by different stamps from different countries. And the detail on the passports remains same, but the thumbprint and the signature has been removed and changed to this new person that wants to travel. And that his face has also been removed as well and replaced with the face of the guy that wants to travel. And he said he couldn't recognize the passport. So long story short, he took the passport to the embassy, and he said when he got to the embassy, the white guys in the embassy said, this is amazing. They've never seen this before. That so many people they've declared their passport missing. This is the first time that they ever found it. This is amazing. And the white people were calling themselves, this is a miracle. They were calling themselves in the office at the Water Carrington embassy. at Victoria Land, Lagos, Nigeria, that they called themselves and they said, wow, we found one passport for the first time in our career. Working here, passport missing in Nigeria, found. This is shocking. So that was how they then took the passport, and then they had to reissue the visa, and then it later, then traveled after 4 months. So what lesson can we learn from this? This is shocking. We can say it as much as we want to say it here. I'm just trying to cut it as short as possible. But what lesson can we learn? Be extremely careful when you are traveling abroad. Any part of the world, it could be from Lagos to London, or from London to Dubai, or South America, Canada, Australia, US, anywhere in the world you're going. Be very, very conscious of your passport. Be careful how you undo your passport. Eventually, what that gentleman said was that he found out that at the boarding gate where the passport was given to that officer, he put it probably on the desk, and some of those, touts, one of them just took the passport and then ran away and left with it and went to sell it to someone else. And that was the person that tried to use it to travel. You can say that, yes, in this day and age of a digital passport where there's biometric and all that, but remember, there are a number of things that could still happen to your passport if you don't look after it. It is not only traveling alone. One is going to delay your trip. Definitely, as you know, if without your passport you can't travel. It might take you days or weeks or months to get a new one. Now with the biometric and all that. But remember the bigger picture. Ultimate price might be paid, and that could be things like ranging from someone using your document to, for instance, it find its way to UK, and someone using it to work in your name, and or drive or do anything, and they commit crime on your name. Or that some people decide that they want to hide their identity, they into all sort of illegal act, and they decide to dump their passport in their house where they want to mislead the investigation. Maybe police, the police came in to come and search the property, and it was your passport they found there and said, this is the person that we need to continue to look for. You don't want all of those on your name. So it's not just about traveling with those passports, but also what could be done in the country of destination with your passport. You may not be there, but someone might be using your name over there to do all sort of things, commit crime, open a bank account, do fraud on it. The list is endless. Be very, very careful. The lesson we learn here is extremely important. Be very, very careful when you're traveling abroad. Be conscious of where you put your passport, not just from the country of origin, but throughout your journey on the flight. Be conscious of where you put your passport and to the country of destination, because without a passport, you may not be allowed into the country of your destination. So I hope this video has helped someone for this week. As I said to you, we have a lot of these stories coming our way these days. We have so many to still shoot. Now, a number of people have also sent us their stories as well. So we have so many of these stories that will be coming your way every week. And we want people to continue to learn lessons from these stories so that they don't make the same mistake over and over again. Make sure you learn from it. You share this video with all your loved ones so that when they are traveling to any part of the world, they will be more conscious of how they undo their travel documents. If you have not subscribed to K90 channel on YouTube, please kindly do so. Also, please don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching this video, and bye for now.